But some of you will get caught up in this trap of constantly learning because you're afraid to sit down with one model, follow the rules, stick to that process, and let it yield whatever experience is intended for you. And then you have a baseline. That's why I could literally give out a model every single day. And some of you want me to do that. But the only thing it's going to do is it's like a dog in a meat market. You ain't going to know what to do. You're going to run around and you just chase everything. Instead of sitting down and say, you know what? I'll just have a filet. Thank you. And I've done that with the 2022 model. I've done that just recently with the silver bullet model. I have lots more coming, but you don't have to have anything else. The optimal trade entry was enough. OTE pattern, the flagship that was on my YouTube channel. That's enough. The 2022 model, that's enough. You can use it in every session. London, New York, PM session. You can use it in London close. You can trade it in Forex. You can trade it in futures. You can trade it in crypto. You can trade it in whatever the heck you want to trade it in. It works. There's no excuse. You have zero excuse not to have some baseline by now. You should have some kind of experience to be able to say, you know what? This works. And I have to work on refining it, but I know it works because I've seen it in back testing, looking at where it has done this in the past. I tell you what time to look for these things to form. That way you're not just going around and looking at charts blindly. Go right to these specific times of the day. That's where it's going to form. For those people that go back in their old data and their old charts and they study that, they see it, they don't need me to do 50 examples of that. They don't need to see me do it live 50 times a week. They're sold on the idea. Okay, there's something here. It merits more investigation because I see the evidence of this thing occurring. It's not contrived. It's not conjectured. It's not made up. It's not fabricated. It's really happening every day. And once you see that, you don't need to have anybody else to cheerlead for you. You know, okay, there's something here. I'm going to mine that. So I give you just a few models so that way you go in and you now start working on the skill sets that are required. Not veering off course, hopping from one PD array, one approach, fair value gap, inversion value gap, breakers, market maker models, buy, sell. There's 1,000 things out there that I teach. Every individual one of them is a model. Every single one of them is an individual model. But I give you, this is the best way to learn. I'm allowing you to pick your weapon. I've opened my arsenal doors. So here it is. Look what I have here. Pick your weapon. But nothing changes when it comes to time. Time of day, these things occur at specific times, certain days of the week, certain weeks of the month, certain month of the year. I'm allowing you to bring your personality, your personal influence, because you're the problem and you're the last puzzle piece. See, some of you are sitting around here, you're writing diligent notes, you're doing this, you're doing that, and that's wonderful. But you're all waiting for that last penny to drop. The last ICT puzzle piece. And then it's all going to come together. It's all going to be crystal clear. Once he tells me this one PD, the 81 PD arrays, final last one. That's it. That's it. That's the Holy Grail. No, it's not. If you walked over to your mirror right now, look at yourself real quick. That's the final puzzle piece. And it's always been you. You're the reason why you succeed, and you're the reason why you haven't succeeded yet. And ultimately, you and you alone are the only reason why you're going to fail. That's not me talking down to you. That's me telling you the way it is. That's just the way it is. Are you coming to me for a constant dose of something new, but have done nothing with what I've already given you?
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Say what's up in the chat. Hit the like button for me. How we doing? How we doing? What's up, Michael, Rijan, Habibis, Melda, good morning. Elias, good morning. Hindsight King, Kookie, good morning. Nika, good morning. Rahul, good morning, guys. How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? We got like 90 seconds here until market opens up. My bad, boys. A little late starting the stream. I thought I had hit the go live button. It turns out I had not. That's on me. That's on me. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Big Head Reef? Griffin, good morning. Let's jump in and take a look. Let me turn the background music down real quick. Nothing on the economic calendar for the rest of the morning, chat. We had unemployment claims pre-market. We have Trump talking later today, like 4 o'clock. So nothing to worry about as far as that is concerned. I did take one trade. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did take one trade last night in Asia session. I can go over it here in a little bit, but real quick, just to kind of quickly cover and recap where we are at in price. You guys can see that we did end up getting a sell-off late Asia session and then into London below the Tuesday low finally, and we have SMT at that low with ES at the moment and Dow Jones. So we'll see if we want to see price maybe give a bounce off of this Tuesday low being traded through. And we still left that previous day high and equal highs up here at 24,550. So it's a really clean liquidity pool up here if we do want to see price start heading for higher prices, chat. We got market opening up here. Let's not miss the opening bell, boys. There we go. There we go. Play ball, chat. Play ball. So, yeah, I'm just waiting to see what price does really with this or off of this level, right? If we just see price really start expanding quickly to the downside, that idea is probably out the window, and we're probably looking for this external low and this 3-month, this quarterly gap fill that we mentioned last week. So that will be that. So we'll see what we want to do, boys and girls. I posted it on IG and X, I guess. But yeah, I'll let me cover the trade real quick. It never ended up fully playing out, but this was the trade that I took in Asia session. So if I turn this on, you guys can see the Asia range here. So what had happened is we got this manipulation down below this low. I wasn't even like anticipating trading Asia session yesterday, but I popped open the charts on my laptop while I was doing some other stuff, and I saw this big pump that we had off of this low being swept, and we had an SMT here at this low last night. So I basically just set a limit order right at 618, and my stop loss, yeah, it was off the 5-minute chart. My stop loss, I basically put it like right below this last candle below 786, but ended up being like a perfect bottom tick entry. And then we started to run, and then like as soon as I took a screenshot on my phone, you guys know the rest. We started flipping around on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, I'll just give you guys kind of what my mindset was. So we traded up, left these equal highs up here. So I did not want to trail too aggressive, but I didn't want to see this structure fail. So once this basically inversed, closed here and kind of traded back up into this gap, ES traded up into this, and I just trailed my stop loss right up to here and got stopped out. And then we tanked. So that was my one attempt at Asia session. Moral of the story, nothing's delivering, chat. Nothing's delivering. Asia session, New York session, it don't matter. It don't matter. But yeah, I was able to, I mean, start the day a little green, I guess, off that. But other than that, though, that was pretty much it. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Oh, Tyler, do you gonna trade on 4/3, April 3rd? What's on April 3rd? Friday? NFP? Yeah. I planned to. Why? I would think so. We do have 10 a.m. news that day. That sucks. But yeah, I'll be trading then. But yeah, and then we got this sell-off all the way to this previous day low. And now the question is, are we going to see price respect this, or are we just going to see price tumble, man? Are we going to see price tumble? It's kind of been a little tricky. Obviously, at the beginning of the week, our narrative was really more so this, right? So on Monday, we were talking about how that huge pump was right into a premium and OTE of this higher time frame, like 4-hour range. But then it just got a little tricky because what had happened internally is we retraced to OTE of this leg, right? And we were starting to see price respect off of it, and kind of created a little uncertainty with, you know, did we want to go take out this external high from that Monday pump before actually getting that move lower or not? So we've kind of been back and forth, right? And we're in between these two higher time frame narratives that it kind of made for some tricky, you know, bias, if you will, at least from my perspective, at least. But yeah, we'll have to see. It should be a moment of truth here. I would think if we're gonna go lower, we probably shouldn't see much of like a displacement up off this. Otherwise, I feel like we'd probably have to honor the longs if we do. Oh yeah, what's the poll got going on here today? We got 44% of the chat is bearish, 37% is bullish. Okay, pretty even. Took the sell where I got trailed out. Oh, did you hold it? Yeah, she was a dandy. She was a dandy. Well, I guess actually, what, we sold off to a new low and then put in a new high as well before the end of Asia. So we'll see, boys. We'll see. Let's see, any headlines right now? 3 hours ago, Trump said the Iranian negotiators are very different and strange. They are begging us to make a deal, he says. You know what, Trump? I'm tired of being gaslit. I'm tired of being lied to. When's this guy gonna stop lying to us? When does the golden age begin? That's what I'm wondering. When does that get started? What's up, ESS? I'm good. Any reflection from yesterday? My reflection from yesterday, I mean, are you referring to the stream specifically? I did end up catching, we finally did get the move to those lows, by the way, yesterday, chat. If anybody, I mean, yesterday's price action, I mean, I don't feel like I need to elaborate too much. You guys all witnessed it, but for those of you guys that weren't here yesterday in the morning, I was wanting to short, and I was in a short to these equal lows at Asia and London from yesterday. So we were in this move here, this down move, and what happened was ES took this out, and I essentially broke a rule. Usually, as you guys know, one of my rules is like, hey, if a target that I'm trading to gets hit on ES and I'm in NASDAQ, I'm taking the trade off, or I'm at least going break even, right? Like, I'm not going to let that trade full-blown reverse against me. And you know what, boys? My ego got the better of me yesterday morning, and I was just like, no, fuck you, market. I want my take profit. You greedy son of a you-know-what? Like, I want my take profit. It was just one of those days. It was just one of those mornings. So then this comes all the way back up, stops me out, full stop out after being 9 points from TP. And then I'm just sitting there, minding my own business, and I see price late, what is this? Yeah, late AM session just starts melting. So I ended up catching a very fast, very quick move from basically like the lows here to this low, and then that was it. So I did end up catching it ultimately, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I would say that I broke a rule. Ego got the better of me, wanted my TP. Stubbornly took an L because of it. And I mean, conditions are what the conditions have been. So that's all I can say, really. But yeah, we'll see, man. We might range. It started off as a joke. We said at the beginning of March that maybe we're just going to range all year. And here we are, end of March, still doing such things. Of course I'm on. You're neither. I'm neutral today. Yeah. Trump ruined the whole week. Trump ruined the whole year. Any thoughts on gold? I mean, I don't trade gold. We've done a couple like one-off analysis when there's not really anything to do on indices, but I don't trade gold, but from what I hear, it sounds like New York session is not the session to focus on if you are a gold trader. Is this a fact or cap, boys and girls? I've always heard Asia range is where you want to be trading gold. Not really a whole lot happened in Asia. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see much here. I feel like I could kind of frame both sides on this hourly right now on gold. What's silver doing? Silver's a little bit sharper down here. I like that. I know this sounds really simple, but I like if you're looking for reversals like this, like V-shaped recovery versus like gold right here. This is too fucking smooth still. This could just be like a holding pattern and then we, you know what I mean, get another drive. So I would say gold probably just wait. You want to trade London? Oh, really? Yeah, London is no bueno for me. I used to be a London trader back in my Forex days. Holy shit. I would set alarms at like 2 and 3 in the morning, and if I got picked up on a position, I would literally I would try to go back to sleep, and I would set like another alarm like an hour out, and I'd like wake up every hour to like check my position. And then by the time New York session came around, I'm literally like a zombie. Yeah, London session ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's probably a good thing though. I mean, I used to be envious of the people that lived in Europe and people that like London session is their morning session and New York session is like afternoon for them. Cause I'm like, man, they get to just, you know, without ruining their sleep schedule, they get to just trade any session they want. I thought that was a big perk, but there's probably the alternative argument to that is probably over trading. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of people that trade way more than they need to or should because of that. So I don't know. I feel like you could argue. I could make the alternative argument. It does suck though when obviously London is where the clean move happens. Well, what do you do? Dubai is the best. It's 542 right there, right now. Only trade New York session. Oh, you live in Europe, but you only trade New York? Yeah, I mean, New York is still... I mean, really, the highest volume times has always been the London-New York crossover, right? I mean, even if you were trading Forex, like that was still probably the main priority. Sugar Dandy, you live in Thailand, actually? Are you from Thailand originally is the question. All right, so this is interesting, chat. We had NQ sweep the low out. We have Dow Jones, as you guys can see in bottom left here, just pumping. We have SMT already at that Tuesday low. And we have SMT again here. You can see ES leading the way. I would say, man, we should trade ES for longs because it's the stronger one. But then again, we traded NQ yesterday because it was the weaker one, and that didn't really matter, did it? No, sir. Where is this? I'm just making sure we're not like trading up into like any hourly gaps, which we're not. Which we are not. Yeah, I probably will go with ES here. NQ gave a really, it closed like right at the high. Or are we just gonna rip? Hold the horses here. Hold your horses. Singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Oops. What's going on here? Singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. All right, I'm gonna drop a limit for now, I suppose. Yeah, we've really pumped off this NQ. Obviously, not as much. And then yeah, London high is up here at 622. Asia high at 647. Come on, little bugger. Damn it. You literally, bro, you literally can't grab this long tool when there's an actual order over it. You know what? I'm a little bit... I wonder if we're going to get, like... I wonder if we're going to get a close on this 5-minute on NQ right here. And then NQ kind of, like, holds this level. But then, like, ES never really gives a retracement. We are coming into the macro in a few minutes. I don't know. What are we thinking, chat? I like the long hair. Oh my God. Yeah, don't wait for us. No, don't wait. Don't wait for us. You don't. There's no reason to do that. Holy shit. I might have to take this on NQ anyway, boys. So that's 5-minute closes. If we get like a really bad close, then I will stick with the I'll stick with the ES entry. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take it on NQ here. I'm gonna go delete the ES limit order. I dropped the limit on 157, the 5-minute order block, breaker block. I'm just not, I don't know if we'll get the fill on ES. We'll see. ES is like really running away. Macro just started. Yeah, you know, we're not trading up into any, I'll check the hourly and 4-hour again here. I don't think we're, yeah, we're not trading up in anything. Like, we're not hitting any 4-hour, 1-hour gaps. Oh, yeah, Dow Jones is ripping here. Jeez. We're not going to get filled on anything or what? We're not going to get filled on anything or what? The 1-hour gap, I think the one you're referring to is filled right here with a wick. There is a gap on the 1 hour on NQ up at, oh, what is that? Like 300 basically, 298. So literally London high. Man, come on, chat. Why is it doing this? Bruh. the big three of the trading community. Who do I think are the big three? I got 3 letters for you. I, C, Tizzle. No, yeah, you probably got right now the big 3 in trading. I think it's undisputed who the big 3 in trading are. It's ICT, Nancy Pelosi, Barron Trump. I think those are the biggest 3 names in trading right now. And I don't think that's even up for debate. Oh my God, bro. We're just gonna rip it, aren't we? We're just gonna rip it. Yeah, New York Midnight's all the way up here. 380s. I mean, dude, Dow Jones is on a mission right now. Dow Jones is flying. Yeah, we'll see, chat. I don't know. Hourly close in 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm just going to stick with the limit for now, I would say, until obviously once we hit London, it's kind of too late at that point, but potentially 10 a.m. continuation. 10 a.m. has just been so trash. Obviously, a nice, strong close on this hourly would make you want to see, 10 a.m. open, manipulate lower, and then distribute higher ultimately. But any trades before this? I had one in Asia session that I went over. Partial win. Otherwise, no. Trying to get picked up on the long here, but price is kind of in a hurry so far. See if we can get a little retracement here. This would be a 50% retrace back down basically to this 5-minute gap. I don't know, boys. Might be gone. She might not come back. She might be a runaway bride. Got cold feet at the altar. Yeah, I know. I'm watching Dow. I see it. It's just so strong. So strong. Even if you're just looking at hourly structure, I mean, just look at like the hourly gap to the left on Dow. I mean, look at that. Total respect. Pretty sharp SMT with it as well. We'll see. I'm going to stick with it. I'll stick with this idea though. This week is something. This week is something. All started from the pump on Monday, huh? The pre-market Monday pump of 1,000 points. Where would we be? Where would we be if we never had such things? Goodness gracious. Hourly closes in 3 minutes. Chat. Let's see what we want to do. I'm just going to keep the limit on. I like where it's at. Even if you're looking for like a, discount retracement on this leg, OT or whatever, like this is still where you want to be. So I'm just going to let it play for now. But yeah, was there an opportunity on the 1 minute? I mean, I guess there's probably always an opportunity on the 1 minute technically, huh? And you got a little 1 minute here. 1 minute institutional order flow entry drill. Oh, here we go. Are we getting the pullback now? Could it be? Could it be? Note the 413 Sibby right here. All right, noted. Now what? Now what? Kevin's been practicing his rage bait, I see. Touche. Touche. I've been practicing my rage bait as well, chat. I gotta tell you, Twitter loves the rage bait. They just love it. Aw, that's sweet caregiver. All right, chat. I did get picked up here. 50% tag. Just nah. I think we just kissed it. So we'll see what we want to do here. Break even for me. Probably just trading to a new high. Well, we're wicking. Look at that 1 minute. Keep going. Don't stop. No teasing us today, NASDAQ, please. Please no teasing us today. We don't have it. We don't have the capacity to do this 18 days in a row. Holy reaction is right. Jeez. ES is already about to trade to a new high here. Just did. NQ's like right there. I'm gonna go break even. Holy reaction though, yeah. We'll watch it on the 1 minute for dramatic effect. Can we get follow through now? The one thing that we've been missing all 2026. Oh, God. Yeah, SMT at the hourly highs. That's why I went break even just now. If we don't see follow through here, it could get pretty messy. We'll see. I'm not going to lie. I kind of would have preferred the big retracement to have happened after 10, but come on, 1 minute gap. Hold for the boys. Hold for the boys. Oops. Yeah, I'm just targeting London high. It's like a 1.6, literally 1.6 R even. Yeah, 4 hour close. We do have a little 4 hour gap that opened up above the previous high, huh? Good eye, good eye. Why not Asian? What do you mean? Why not? Oh, why not Asia high? Listen, the low-hanging fruit targets have been giving me problems. All right, let me just take the low-hanging fruit and be content. We might not even get this. So hold the horses. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Why not the Tel Aviv high? Yeah, why not all-time high, actually? Yeah, why not? Why not 4 standard deviations above the current all-time high? Do I use CDV? CDV? I don't know what that is. What is CDV? Oh, how could I forget, Lamim? How could I forget? Why so nonchalant? I mean, I was nonchalant yesterday, too. I was so nonchalant that I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to let a trade that's almost at take profit stop me out. Nice. Congrats, Crypto Surfer. Yeah, we'll see how 10 a.m. wants to act here. I just hope we don't get, like, you know, a big wick down and then, like, a rebalance here, because then we're going to get break even. What's a viral king? You mean CVD? I don't know what either one is. CVD? Sounds like a disease. Cumulative volume delta? I don't know. I do not. I do not. Nice. I like that. Close. Shabbat is full porting. It is funny how the trades with the biggest stop losses always result in the least drawdown. Have you guys ever noticed that? It's like the trades where you have the kind of you skimp out on the stop a little bit and you try to get fancy with it. You'll get like a 99% retracement stopping you out. But the times you're like, you know what, let me just not be stingy. No drawdown, basically. Typical. All right, we did trade to a new high here, chat. This is a 4-hour gap. I would like to see it get ran through, obviously, but this would be lowest low-hanging fruit. The risk-reward is not great here if you have a similar position as myself. It's like a 1R. See, though. Can we get London, man? Come on. We just asked for TP one day. One day during New York AM session, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, Paris, I forgot you were wanting it to drop. That's what you get, Paris. How dare you root against us? Watch it drop now, though. Oh boy. Yeah, macro's coming to an end as well. I do wonder if it's worthwhile to, I mean, just the conditions we've been in, bro. It's just like, I wonder if it's worthwhile to just like trail and lock in. I don't know. Even if the risk reward is shit, but like, as macro kind of wraps up here, I don't know. I don't really feel like a retracement is like ridiculous to think could happen. Oh, geez. Here we go. Fantastic. All right, well, I guess I'm holding it now. Don't blink. You might miss the candle. But yeah, that is not good. Literally in a flash, we just created a 1 minute bearish change in the state off of that 4 hour. Lovely. Lovely. Little SMT here, but you'll see. We'll see. Might be break even, boys. We really can't buy. We can't buy clean delivery on the AM session, can we? Silver bullet is cursed. I don't know, I'll just I'll just let it play. Yeah, it's like 10 a.m. hits, and it's like, you thought. What do we look like on the 5? Yeah, I mean, we got 5 minute gaps to pull back for like Dow. ES did tag the 5 minute, but we are also in the weakest of the 3. Probably break even, chat, unfortunately. Nobody speak. Don't say anything. You'll scare it. I'm going to just trail the stop to like this low. I don't know. Don't feel like we should go any lower if we're going to go up here. 1 minute bearish breaker. FEG. It's probably going to form a bearish OB here, no? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Reverse psychology, chat. Reverse psychology. This, they don't teach you this in the 2025 mentorship. Aha. Got him. I got him. For now. See, what you got to do, boys, is you gotta outline the bearish PD arrays as to why your trade could fail, and then the market will want to disrespect those ones. Because the market doesn't know what's real or what's not real. It just knows what you tell it. Yeah, we'll see here. We're only safe if we get back above here, but 10, 15 incoming, 15-minute candle close. We'll see. Saved us for now. The only good thing is we did get a little SMT, it looks like, right? Here at this Dow, this low here. Or is it? Might actually be equal lows. Never mind, I take that back. Might be equal lows. I was a little worried, and I'm still a little worried that, like, because NQ is the weaker one, that we could maybe come sweep this low and then SMT. But we're in it to win it, chat. We're in it to win it. Pro tip, go to say the opposite of what you actually wanted to do. That's what I'm saying. It works more than you think. It works more than you think. Plus, if it does happen, the thing that you don't want to happen happens. It's like you kind of precondition your mind, you're coping ahead of time, so that way you're less emotional when it happens. You know, at the end of the day, boys, you can only be disappointed and let down if your expectations are managed, right? I guess that's why they say you should go into every trade expecting to lose. Because then you're not upset if you lose, and you're just overjoyed if you win. Did we just solve trading psychology, chat? Somebody write that down. We SMT'd again against the trade, by the way, on the 1 minute. Going to every trade dumbfounded if I lose. I can't fathom how I'm wrong. Well, that's just, at that point, it's the market's fault. It's not the trader. Oh, I don't know. I still don't feel hot about this. Maybe it's just too much trauma. We need to be above this high. This SMT can't hold. Come on. Come on, market. Give us a pump. The hourly already came down, retested this hourly OB. You don't need to go any lower, market. Come on. Come on. I hate that we're at a point in time where I have to beg you for moves at this point, but hey, you do what you got to do in these markets. You feel like you got to plead with the NASDAQ, otherwise she'll do you dirty. It's kind of like It's kind of like we're tithing at church. Oh, come on. You all right? No. This is our life every day. How are you going to ask me if I'm all right when this is our life every day? Every morning, this is our life. Every morning. Are you all right? Am I all right? Are you seeing what's happening? Every day. It never changes. It never stops. Like, how can you even make money in these markets without just being a fucking crazy hyper scalper? You know what I mean? There's just like no way. Yeah, we're fucked, chat. All the nice things I said, it's all for none. It's all for nil. It's over. I've seen this movie before. I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends. My entry is based on 5-minute bullish order block and 50% of the range. Also happens to be 930 opening price. This is our last line of defense, by the way, boys. This little 1-minute down close candle. I'll mark it as an OB. It's not like technically an OB, at least not on the 1 minute, because it didn't really accomplish much other than sweeping like some internal 1 minute sell side. But if it holds, it holds. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we'll be waiting until probably 11. If we do get break evened for anything else, just because who knows where this will want to go. You know, like a deep OTE retracement puts us at like, we didn't even hit 618, so 618 puts us down here like 830 opening price, 133. This breakaway gap on the 1 minute and 1 minute breaker, that's like below 120. So all we can do is wait now, chat. It's a risk-free trade. Any speculation on this 1 minute chart is basically just for comedic effect, but we'll just have to wait and see, man. Either it'll work or we'll get break even. I will say, though, I am sick of seeing price action that looks like this. If you guys couldn't tell. It actually just angers me. It's actually offensive, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if it was like once every, like once a week. Maybe twice a week. But every day? Every day. We haven't missed a day. I don't know who I am anymore. Red folder news, no red folder news, it don't matter. Yo, you think that matters? It used to. It used to mean something. We used to be a decent country. Now look at us. Yeah, Trump's not talking right now, is he? Who knows? He's never not talking, so. Ow. Would you ever do your own indicator? Funny you asked that. I actually have a guy that's trying to get me to, he wants to build one for me, but I don't want to make an indicator that's like a copycat of like what other indicators already have or what already do. And I'd want to, you know, I really want to make it unique and useful. So I have yet to kind of figure out what that would potentially look like and be. But yeah, the same, like a lot of you guys probably know who PJ Trades is. The same company that made his has been like up my you know what for probably like 3 months to make one. But down the road, yet I'd say. Last thing you want to do is just slap something together just to fucking have one, you know? It's also a little bit challenging just because I don't have like a set model that I trade 100% every single time. That's also part of it. And I feel like that's kind of the only downside of like some of those indicators, like the IFEG indicators and whatever. It's like I do feel like it kind of creates a little bit of a crutch with like people pattern trading off of it. But yeah, we'll see. You can send me an SMT indicator for free. Yeah, I would have SMT probably incorporated into it. But no, I'm good, man. I'm always looking at all the charts, so I see SMTs. If anything, the less drawings on my chart, the better usually. Yeah, boys, 10:30 incoming. Honestly, let me frame the negative side of what could happen here. 10:30 opens up. We're going to leave behind. Let me check the 15. We already have a 15-minute gap below this low here. I just have a feeling we're going to get like 10:30 open. We get a spike down below this low into the 15-minute fair value gap, stopping us out at break even. And then it rallies. But what am I going to do? Be stubborn like yesterday and not go break even and then take a loss again? Damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in this market. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Blow on it. Blow like your life depends on it. Blow harder. All right, never mind. You're not working. You know what I mean, though, chat? It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But yeah, break even stop here. We'll just wait and see what kind of reaction we get off these lows, if any. Maybe we should just not trade 10 a.m. anymore. This hourly candle is always such a disappointment. Peace out, Cookie. I gotta switch to trading lunch. I mean something, jeez. I think it's about to teleport to break even here. 15, it wants that 15-minute gap, it looks like. No, you're not going to get my hopes up. 10:30 just opened up. This is likely just a wick up. We have no lower wick on this 15 and 30 minute. I know, boys. Do we just got to target like 1R trades at this point? Like 1R only? Because my goodness. It's like the only thing you can count on. Without having to sit in misery. And then the day we go for a 1R trade, it'll rip without any retracements. I thought I was going for a lower target here. That's what I mean, though. Someone was asking earlier, why am I not going for Asia high? And I'm like, bruh, I can't even get, like, what I would consider low-hanging fruit objectives. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to sit here and, like, demand that we go to, like, huge R-to-R targets in the AM session anymore? All right, guys. I think that was the 30-minute wick up. I think we see the 15-minute gap below price. We're probably going to break even stopped here. I kind of feel like it'll trade down into here. I mean, it'd be great if I was wrong. Sweet, but definitely feels like we want that 15-minute gap that is resting below on all three assets here. NQ being the weakest, I would expect at least NQ to hit it. Hope I'm wrong, though. That'd be sweet. If I was wrong and we just rip, that would be on par for the course. That would be on par for the course. 1R trader's been eating all month, wondering why people are complaining about action. LMAO. It's so funny, dude. I know. It's crazy. I mean, it's just like even today's trade, right? Like we get like the most beautiful reaction off entry. It goes to 1R with like no problem whatsoever. And now we're sitting in this. I feel like we're going to get break even stopped. You know, look at yesterday's trade. Another very clean example, right? Stops just short of my target, reverses. I mean, it is so frustrating. You know, because it makes you feel like it's not like we don't know what we're doing, right? We just, it's like these little, that's why trading is so finicky and fragile sometimes, because it's like sometimes just the smallest things are the reasons you're red and not green. And it fucking compounds day after day. Day after day after day. You're never wrong, just early. Oh yeah, I forgot. Is that going to be another case of that today? All right, we just kissed the 15-minute, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Or wait, no. Oh no, equal lows. Looks like we tapped it. Yeah, we got a lower wick now. Yeah, we just barely tapped the high end of this 15-minute gap on E-mini. Beautiful PA. Yeah, this is the best, actually, isn't it? Dow Jones just put in another new high, by the way. I just realized that you guys can't really see that. Trump's about to speak. Fuck him. I'm not hungry at all, no. If anybody in the chat has taken Ratatouille, I'm like never hungry ever anymore. I basically have to force feed myself just to get enough protein. But yeah, the appetite suppression is real AF. Is anybody else pinning the tides? Let me know, boys. Yeah, I don't see... You guys are saying Trump is speaking, but I guess all I know is he's speaking at like 4 o'clock tonight. Let's see here. I would say I'm like half-ass tempted to like get into a new position down here. But then again, I feel like I'd probably just wait till 11. Close to it. Break even, stop incoming, I believe, once and for all. Yep. Break even, boys. Can't buy delivery to save our arse. Yeah, I just didn't want to take partials when we were like 1R was like the peak of the trade, basically. You know, it didn't. To me, it didn't really make sense to like be partialing or closing like right here. It's just, what's the point? We'll see though. Yeah, I want to see, you know, deeper drive down maybe here into the 4-hour rejection block. This deeper OTE. We got obviously these unfilled gaps that were left on the 1 minute time frame. And then yeah, maybe an opportunity to rejoin the move. But we traded up. We have SMT forming against. We've had SMT forming at these highs basically all this entire hour, and we are trading down from a 4-hour bearish gap. So I don't know. Can always rejoin the move, but like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It feels like lately in the mornings, it's like if I like yesterday. Yesterday I didn't go break even because I stubbornly wanted to hold, and I get stopped out, and everyone's like, "Why didn't you go break even?" Now imagine the opposite scenario. Imagine like today I get break even stopped, and then this just rips. Everyone's gonna be like, "Why would you go break even?" Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? But like, I admit yesterday I should have went break even, and my ego wouldn't let me. So I didn't want to make the same mistake today. But obviously this would be pretty crushing if this just fucking rallies off this. That'd be fucking disgusting. That would be gnarly. Trump is speaking. Good for Trump. Loser. See what I mean, bro? Here we go. Like, bro, market, like we're talking about how social media is all about rage bait these days. How is this not rage bait also? Like, give me a fucking break. That's more like it. Holy shit, buddy. That's more like it. Holy crap. I mean, you couldn't have thought of a more devastating thing if this would have been like Hulk candles. God, that would have been devastating. That would have been tragic. Yeah, you guys keep saying Trump is talking. I mean, I really don't give a shit. It's not like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Wait for him to say something that sounds positive and just click the long button? Like, oh, Trump said war might end soon. Let me just click buy. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. I just wish Trump would stop talking. And giving money to Israel, but that's, I guess, a secondary conversation. He is indeed speaking. All right, well, I take your word for it. You guys want me to pull the speech up and we listen to it together or no? What do you guys think? You guys want to listen to DT? A little field trip? Literally, Kevin. Yeah, that's the only time, apparently. If Trump ever comes out and says, guys, it's a good time to buy stocks, you buy stocks. Other than that, though. Let's peek a little. All right. All right, let's see what he's got to say. Come on, Daddy T. You APAC loving son of a bitch. You APAC loving son of a... Trump live. Host cabinet meeting amid Iran talks. Is this the right thing, boys?
you know, because all of their leadership has been gone. The first level is gone, and they met to pick a new level, and they're gone. They're all gone because they didn't make a deal.
They're all gone.
Because they're sick people. They're really sick. They're really sinister, sick people. And if anybody thinks it was okay to have a group of people like this to have nuclear capability, nuclear weapons, and if we didn't attack with the B-2 bombers, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks of that, maybe 4 weeks. But
wrong.
Between 2 and 4 weeks, they were planning to have a nuclear weapon. If we didn't hit them at that time with the B-2 bombers, and one of the great air raids in history, maybe the greatest, dark at night, no moon, no light, every single bomb hit its mark and just obliterated that place. So it's now buried deep under earth. And it was an amazing thing, but they would have a nuclear, and they would have used it without question. And you know that because why did they shoot all these countries that weren't even really involved with them? They weren't involved. They had no big problems because they're sick, because they want to take over the Middle East, not just Israel. Certainly Israel would have been the first on their list. They would have used nuclear weapons. A nuclear, you don't need too many of them.
Bruh, they don't even have nukes.
They would have used it on the neighbors. Then they would have come.
Guys, Iran, apparently every other Middle Eastern country other than Israel, has been 2 weeks away from nukes since 1990.
And I think we've been proven right. You know, they took one missile, went 2,500 miles. They supposedly didn't have a missile like that. They had no missile with that capability. But they shot the now famous Ireland, the island that the UK was very afraid to give us because they didn't want to get dragged in. But we don't want to get dragged into their wars either. You know? It's one thing we're very disappointed, I'll say it publicly, we're very disappointed with NATO because NATO has done absolutely.
You don't get how people voted for him. What do you mean? Everything he ran on was exactly what we wanted to hear. He's just not delivering on any of it. So you could say we fell for it again.
But more importantly, that we'll come to their rescue, but they will never come to ours. And I want you to remember that we said.
I think my favorite thing that Trump has done so far this term is the Board of Peace. Appointed himself the chair for life. And he's using our tax dollars to add $10 billion to his own Board of Peace account. That's my favorite thing he's done so far.
This is 3 weeks ago. We'll send our aircraft carriers, which aren't the best aircraft carriers, by the way. They're toys compared to what we have. But we'll send our aircraft carrier when the war is over. I said, oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Iran is notorious for lying? Who lies more, Iran or Israel, Kevin, from your perspective?
And we're way ahead of schedule. If you look at what we've done in terms of the destruction of that country, I mean, we're way ahead. Think of it. They have no Navy, and they had good ships. 154 ships have been shot down and are resting very nicely at the bottom of the sea. And we did that in a matter of less than a week.
They're resting very nicely at the bottom of the sea. Great trophy. Great souvenir. You scuba dive down there, you see the ships, and you say, wow, there's a big, beautiful ships.
We're extremely, really a lot ahead of schedule. The Iranian regime is now admitting to itself that they have been decisively defeated. They're saying to people, this is a disaster. They know it. That's why they're talking to us. They wouldn't talk.
Yeah, Kev, I guess this is where we disagree. You said how many bombings have we had from Jews versus Muslims? I think that the Jews blamed the Muslims personally, but I guess that's my opinion.
Destroy all of their crazy nuclear weapons and missiles and drones that they're building. Oh, we're doing that. They now have a chance to make a deal, but that's up to them. And they'll tell you, we're not negotiating. We will not negotiate. Of course they're negotiating. They've been obliterated. Who wouldn't negotiate? They are begging to make a deal. We'll see if we can make the right deal. And if they make the right deal, then the strait will open up. Hormuz Strait will open up. And even now, we don't know if there are any mines. You know, they have 22 mine they call mine droppers. Think of it. Who would have 22 mine droppers? This is a boat that drops mines. Who has 22 mine droppers? Except for people with very evil intention. So every one of those mine droppers has been struck with the same weapon we used to stop.
Well, chat, what time is it? 10:49. Macro incoming. We'll see, man. This might just, the floor might drop out on this. I don't know if it's solely due to like what he's saying here, or what, but happy with the break even now, obviously, right? But yeah, this was a little bit of a rage bait for a moment.
On those boats is very brave or doesn't watch television. But where drugs coming in by sea, coming in by water, are 98% down. And now we'll stop the drugs coming in by land. The land is the easy one. You had to stop the water. A lot of it came in through water. Now it's all pinched. And these people are trying to come in by land. And we will, that's it. That's the easy one. But we had to take care of the water first. Nobody's coming in. Virtually nothing is coming in anymore. It was hundreds of millions of dollars a week were coming in by water. But they now have the chance, that is Iran, to permanently abandon their nuclear ambitions and to chart a new path forward. We'll see if they want to do it. If they don't, we're their worst nightmare. In the meantime, we'll just keep blowing them away, unimpeded, unstopped. Well, there's not a thing they can do about it. They can't do anything about it, you know? I tell you, if they could.
Let me get this straight. They can't do anything about it, but they were 2 weeks away from nukes. That makes sense.
We have the best military equipment in the world, no, not even a contest. And you see that with Venezuela. They had other equipment, they didn't have ours, it didn't work. Think of it, we did the situation in Venezuela, it was a great military operation, getting a very, very dangerous man who's killed a lot of people, forced people into our country. Incredible. He emptied his prisons in Venezuela, emptied his prisons into our country.
All right, chat. Let's lock in. Let's see what Price wants to do here in the 11 a.m. macro. Yeah, I guess if we're just looking at this range that we're in, obviously, right? Like, we're getting now more of a discounted range offering on ES. We did print, like, perfect equal highs up here. And obviously, the weaker asset is getting a deeper retracement. I wonder if we could see price tag the low on NQ, SMT, here, and then get a rally off of... off the low, maybe, but tough to say. We'll see, though. Macro's just getting started, so if we start seeing price like hold and displacing higher, I still like being onside for longs, but without displacement, we don't really have any reason to think that this will go higher. You went long at all? Well, I'm not going to long unless we get displacement and confirmation for longs, but... I would argue that even shorts had a hard time up in here. You know what I mean? Like, if you were shorting this market after, like, the 4-hour gap tag, for example, like, even, like, this big retracement, you probably, could have been problematic with this gap being reclaimed. Or inversed and then reclaimed and then inversed again. And then like this big spike at 1040. Like even the opposing view has not been easy, I wouldn't say. Yeah, Kevin, I guess I would just say that, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't care about Iran. I don't care about Israel. I care about America. And if this is what America first looks like, I just don't see it that way. But I'm not the president, so. I also just don't believe that I don't believe that Iran was 2 weeks away from nukes. I mean, they've been saying all these countries have been 2 weeks away from nukes. Literally, Bibi Netanyahu, there's like a clip from like the late 80s where he's like testifying in front of Congress and trying to get them to attack the Middle East to prevent them from getting nuclear powers. Like, come on, man. We've been 2 weeks away from nukes for 3 decades. Like, let's be real. It's like, at what point, you know what I mean? Like, at what point do they have to, like, earn our trust back? You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't know. Am I crazy? So, yeah, there's a new low on NQ. Let's see if ES wants to follow suit. We do have like perfect equal lows on ES here on the 4 hour. But yeah, let's see. Where would our draw be if we go lower from here? Like our next... I mean, we don't really have... Like, we got these hourly lows. You know, maybe a gap fill here. Yeah, otherwise, this is new week opening gap that we're back in again. Yeah, I don't know. Hourly candle looks bearish. The hourly candle, especially if we get this. I mean, we'll see what it wants to do in the next 3 minutes, but oh, that hourly looks awfully bearish. She's a girthy candle. Yeah, I think he's still going. Yep, he is. They're asking him questions now. Or, I'm sorry, no, JD Vance is talking.
There are further military options, but what we have now that we didn't have when the president took over just a little over a year ago is the ability to use every tool at our disposal to ensure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Because when I say options, I think it's important the American people know options for what? And it's options to ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. You talk about people who walk into a crowded supermarket and have a vest on, and they blow up the vest and a couple of people get killed, and that's a terrible tragedy. What happens when what's on the vest is not something that can kill a couple of people, but can kill many, many tens of thousands of people? That is the most important American national security objective that exists for any administration at any time is you don't want the worst people in the world to have a nuclear weapon. That's why the president is doing this. That's why the president cares so much about this particular issue. I'll let Steve talk a little bit about the details of the negotiation, but the last thing I'll say before I turn it over to Marco is I'm very mindful.
Yeah. My if this then that scenario would be honestly like if we get like a change in the state here on like the 2-minute, this would be a 2-minute inversion, 2-minute bullish breaker at this point. But alternatively, like if this 2-minute gap holds, we see price inverse below here. I feel like the shorts would make more sense for like this gap fill and maybe that low, but this would be the long logic here. Obviously SMT again. We've had SMT all over the place though. New hour just opened up. I'm kind of cutting it off like this, damn it. Yeah, it's just like a little bit different structure as well, right? Obviously, NQ is the weakest one right here on the right. Like, we don't look bearish, nearly as bearish, obviously. We got an hourly gap on Dow below the hourly low. But, like, we ended up closing above structure, holding this with the body on ES. Basically left, like, perfect equal highs at London, but... Yeah, I do agree that the hourly on NQ looks bearish. Like this is, you know, closing below these opening prices or like right at these opening prices. I don't think that's like super strong. That's why I'm trying to entertain both sides. I'm not like sold on the longs, but yeah, I mean, it's decision time now or never. We did close above here, getting the inversion, getting the 2-minute change in the state of delivery. I'm gonna try it with light risk here. I'm still up a little green from Asia session. Well, I'm gonna give this long a try off this. And yeah, this 5-minute, honestly, I'll go break even probably as soon as we hit this. This would be the opposing PD array. Yeah, I know he swept the 4 hour on NQ. He did. Not ES though, or Dow. Oh boy. We're jumpy. What just happened? Did they say something?
Report to you today that we have, along with your foreign policy team, presented a 15-point action list that forms the framework for a peace deal. This has been circulated through the Pakistani government, acting as the mediator. And this has resulted in strong and positive messaging in talks, as you just indicated to the press. But these are sensitive diplomatic discussions, and you have directed us to maintain confidentiality on the specific terms and not negotiate through the news media as others do. I can say this: we will see where things lead, and if we can convince Iran that this is the inflection point with no good alternatives for them, other than more death and destruction. We have strong signs that this is a possibility, and if a deal happens, it will be great for the country of Iran, for the entire region, and the world at large. Your policy of peace through strength is the most effective tool for a diplomatic resolution here, just as this policy was an effective tool in each and every one of all of the other conflicts you settled in your first year. Iran is looking for an off-ramp following your powerful threat on Saturday. Your indications that you are willing to listen to peace proposals have been well received. You've instructed us that your preference is always peace, and that we should make that our priority. We have delivered that message, sir.
I don't know if there's anything that was said that made it get all jumpy right there, but I might just kill this trade if we get like a closure below like 50% of this gap. Yeah, I'm trailing stop. I don't want to go any lower than that. If we're gonna flip this, I don't want to be in it. I'm gonna protect. I don't want to go red on the morning or red on the day. Okay, stopped out of that, boys. So yeah, ending the morning, I was up like $250 per account. Now I'm like $50 per account. You can hold if you want. I don't know. I just didn't really want to see, I don't know, that much weakness, I guess. You know, I think we look strong on ES and Dow. I just think we look weak on NQ, so I'm not overly confident. I was willing to give it a try. But yeah, I don't really have a ton of conviction one way or the other, if I'm being honest. It's just been tough, dude. Mornings have been tough. You know? So, yeah, one partial win for me during Asia. Obviously, we hit 1R on this, but break even, and then I'm just cutting that one early. I don't really want to force it if it isn't going to be pleasant. So, if you guys are still holding, good luck, I guess. Some of you guys are wanting to see the bearish side, so we'll see. We'll see, man. I'll probably take a look back at things, you know, later in the morning, towards lunch, I guess, whenever they get done talking. But yeah, this is our life now. This is our life now. You don't get why I keep trying to long NASDAQ when it's the weakest? What about yesterday when I shorted it as the weakest one and it still didn't make it to the target first? What do you got to say about that, YSEC? Or do you only cherry pick your questions when it fits your narrative? Let me know. Let me know, man. Let me know. But hey, man. Appreciate you, boys and girls. We gave it our best shot here, but we'll see if the like this trade maybe still plays out, but like I said, I just don't really have any confidence, dude. My conviction's gone. It's totally gone in these markets. Everyone felt the same? Well, that's probably our biggest problem. You know? But all right, chat. I'll keep you guys updated if I take anything else later today, but I'm gonna step away for now. I don't know what this wants to do, and I don't want to go green to red trying to predict what's gonna happen, if I'm being honest. No, you're good, YSEC. You're good. All right, man. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be back live tomorrow. We have 10 a.m. news tomorrow, it looks like, consumer sentiment. So, all right, man. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday. And I will see you guys tomorrow, man. All right, chat. Peace and love, everybody. Don't be too big of a degen today.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Charts on my playground, never ask you why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Dreadlocks now, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.